A greater story, Lekz. From 21 District, produced by Sammy Heat. You got your man looking at videos on the PlayStation. YouTube, shot by Estevan.
Tell him I was blessed and forgiven. If I had a greater story than this story, I would give it. They say you can't redeem the dreams and hopes beyond a coffin. Just some.
Oh yeah, I didn't expect this, to be fair. This is a lot more mellow and a lot more rap than what we're used to hearing. But I like it.
Had a greater story than this story, I would give it. They say you can't redeem the dreams and hopes beyond a coffin. Just some couple of years, I still don't talk about it often. Raised to be something different, cause I was gifted to speak for all the voices, never fitted to be lifted. Quick-witted but thinking, I'm still committed to a hood. Building soldiers of kids for war I never understood. But first things first, golden rule of these streets. I'm looking out for those who be looking out for me. Lost a younger brother to the streets, named T. Part of 1%, the 99 can never be. And that's my dog. Yeah, never ever fold. Was never that rich, but the loyalty was gold. Yeah, you got heart, cuz, but what about soul? Can never buy trust, bro, something that you mold.
So, telling the story of a youth that's, you know, looking up to the whole rap thing. I'm not even going to label it as just drill. We're going to just say rap in general. Obviously, mum is like, look, I don't want you getting into that violent shit. And he's saying, like, look, there's certain youths that are built like the 1%, innit? Certain shit that you just can't teach.
Was never that rich, but the loyalty was gold. Can never buy trust, bro, something that you mold. And that's my dogs, yeah, never ever fold. Yeah, you got the heart, cuz, but what about soul? Here's to a family that can never eat feastful, and to a mother that can never sleep peaceful. My avengers that will kill until it's equal. Forgive us our sins, Lord, deliver us from evil. Just know I ain't backing down, I stay staunch. And cause if no one else cares, then I'll run the ball. We in the heat of war, fiending to conclude.
It's funny because he's still using the slang that you would use in a typical drill verse, but obviously it's a whole different take on it here.
Stay staunch, and cause if no one else cares, then I'll run the ball. We in the heat of war, fiending to conclude them. Cause minus and the minus makes a plus, that's solution. And yeah, there's heat of war, fiending to conclude them. Cause minus and the minus makes a plus, that's solution.
Two minuses don't make a plus, but I get what you're saying. Like 2 lines, you cross them, yeah.
And yeah, they screaming clout, tell him I'm more sweet. As long as I'm doing what I want done for me. As long as my name never gets put with greed. As long as all the real ones can finally rest their head in peace. Wish you never gave death to him. If you can't bring him back, Lord, please put me next to him. They said, Lex, man, this track wouldn't earn it all. But for me, it's not in business, it's personal. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's true, though. Shit like this ain't gonna pop off in the club, but this is the kind of shit that I feel like every artist should have at least a couple tracks in their catalog that are built like this. Especially if you are someone who is seen in the videos doing the hood shit. You know, if you believe in the message that you're saying and he's not just saying it for equity or saying it for the sake of it, as long as he genuinely means what he's saying, which I get a pretty genuine vibe from him, very honest vibe. I feel like it's important to get your message across, because it's easy to put out the hood shit and get all the views and all the monetization that you get from that. But this shit, it appeals to a whole different audience, man. But the appreciation levels are there as much, if not even more, for a track like this.
It's not in business, it's personal. Yeah. Yeah. My dad taught me since young, life will test you. Make sure you give it all or nothing if they step you. Be courageous like David and God will bless you. Protect and love your neighbor's son and he'll protect you. Now,
protect your neighbor's son and he'll protect you. That's wait, isn't that something, a passage from the Bible or a quote from the Bible? It's something like, protect your neighbor like he's your brother or some shit like that. Like, I'm sure that's something related to the Bible.
Now look at their view. Call me bad, but the villain in this story will be coming for the rescue. I'm no hero, but that's my line. These days I pray for a better heart, but not a blind eye. I'm no tough guy, cause I've been through tough times. That's why I'm like this. Little J was born into a crisis. A poor family to this day, mum's advice is only lay your life for the things that are priceless. And that's loyalty. And for T I stand staunch so your family can live joyfully. That's what I do for my friends. And even if you sat here on my table and went, your seat's reserved to the end. And even after then, take me back to the reply and swear I'll do it again. Yeah, I'll do it again. It's not was never that rich, but the loyalty was gold.
We got some holy shit going on here.
Something that you mold. And that's my dogs, yeah, never ever fold. Yeah, you got the hard cuts, but what about soul?
There's a lot to digest in this for sure. There's a lot to digest. In terms of the performance, I'll talk about that more in the breakdown. But yeah, isn't this about to go into the clip of the first track they did? And that's okay, and that's the same hoodie he wore in that track when they were dissing 1-4. Okay. So initially I was saying that this is about a youth that's growing up listening to drill shit and probably is going to fall into that life because of listening to the whole rap thing. But judging by the comments, this is about Tino's family or someone who's related to a gang member in some way, shape or form. And obviously you're seeing other people on the internet, on YouTube, talking down and obviously talking shit about a dead family member or a close friend or whoever it may be. Now, if that's personal in any way, shape or form, even a pinch of it, it's obviously talking about how 1-4 mocked the death of 21 district members, which now brings in the fucked up thing about rap. People love the 1-4 shit. I did. I'm not gonna sit here now and all of a sudden change my mind. I love that shit. Like, I love what these men have been doing. But when you put it on a perspective like this, it kind of almost makes you feel bad for enjoying it. Now, just to be very clear with my statement now, I'm not saying I enjoy the part where they're talking about a dead brethren. I enjoy just kind of what they've been doing with the music. Because even as I'm talking about this now, I have to walk that very fine line of, you know, being respectful, but also not telling a lie. Like, you've seen my reactions. I was bouncing around to that shit. There's no denying it. But obviously, when you put the perspective like this on it, that talks about, you know, well, what about the people who are directly affected by this? Not just music, because I say it. I'm like, do this shit for the music all day long. And I do say, to be fair, fuck the street shit, just do the music thing. But obviously, this is where the real life shit comes into it. Like, this is real life. As much as people want to laugh and joke about people getting stabbed up or this one getting shot or that one getting run down, there's also innocent people that are involved in this situation directly, whether that be close friends or family members or just people in the community in general. And so no, I'm not changing my tune about, you know, gang related rap. Like, at the end of the day, I do say for the most part I don't enjoy it. Some of it I fucking love. And this is just a reminder of some of this shit is genuinely real life. But yeah, as for the song itself, I'll touch on that very quickly again. For the most part, I really enjoyed it. There was one or two moments I felt like Lekz could have just tightened it up a tiny bit. Also on the mixing and mastering side of things, on the engineering side of things, there was a couple little like echo delay effects that just sounded a little bit off, to be honest. But other than that, really just nice verse, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a really nice message to get across, and I feel like he did that in a pretty good way. But yeah, either way, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I don't want to get too caught up in the politics, but obviously I felt like I had to correct myself because I feel like I'm being completely wrong. So yeah, either way guys, appreciate you guys for watching this video, and yeah, I'll talk to you man later.